When one woman pleaded guilty to animal cruelty charges, she expected to get prison time or perhaps a fine. However, the judge had a much more creative punishment in mind, and she'll think twice before neglecting a pet again. In 2015, Alyssa Morrow pleaded guilty to animal cruelty and neglect. The woman had left her dog Moose alone in her house for a week, and the home was in a disgraceful condition. When animal control found the 7-year-old pit bull, they couldn't believe the squalor he was living in. News reports compared Morrow's home to that of a quote-unquote hoarder. It was said to be full of junk and covered in filth. Moreover, when animal control got to the dog, they found him in an emaciated state. Images showed Moose's ribcage protruding from beneath his skin. It was clear to see that the animal was not in good shape. Animal protection had little choice but to step in. Welfare officers removed the dog from Morrow's care, and he began to recover before being put up for adoption. And in the face of the evidence, all his owner could do was to deliver her guilty plea in court. But rather than handing out a fine or a stint behind bars, the judge, Michael Cicconetti, gave Morrow a taste of her own medicine. You know, I can't interpret the feelings of a dog, but boy, if dogs could tell you how they felt, Judge Cicconetti said, to which Morrow replied, "Abandoned? Oh yeah, and scared, and frightened, and sick," Cicconetti said. "Maybe you should get a little taste of that. I'm going to let you have a choice here. The choice is, I want you to live like Moose." He continued, "In order to do that, I want you to go down to the county dump, to the landfill, and I want you to find the stinkiest, smelliest, god-awful odor place they can find in that dump, and I want you to sit there for 8 hours tomorrow. Just think what you did to that dog while you smell the odor. If you puke, he added, before dismissing Morrow from court. If she refused to complete this unusual sentence, she would instead spend 90 days in jail. So the very next day, she made her way to the county dump as requested. Cameras from ABC News followed Morrow as she completed her sentence. Dressed in rubber boots and a fluorescent jacket, they watched as she picked up putrid trash and placed it in a bag. Although it might have been disgusting for her, it was better than jail. "I definitely didn't think I'd be here," she said in an interview with ABC's late-night news show, Nightline, "but I'd rather be here than jail. I can't complain." Morrow's sentence was not the first unusual punishment that Cicconetti had given to an offender. In fact, the Ohio-based municipal court judge is well known for his unique sentencing, and some of his orders have been even more bizarre than Morrow's punishment. Indeed, in August 2015, one of Cicconetti's cases went viral. The judge told Victoria Bascom, 18, that she could choose between a 30-day prison sentence or a 30-mile-long walk after she fled a cab without paying her fare, having traveled 30 miles. In another case in which an 18-year-old stole pornography from a shop, Cicconetti ordered him to sit outside it, with his eyes covered, and a sign that read, "See no evil." And when one man was caught soliciting a prostitute, the judge had him dress as a chicken in order to face public ridicule. But while some of the judge's sentences are laughable, others have a more serious nature. For example, when Jonathan Terrace killed 2 people while drunk driving, Cicconetti ordered him to view their bodies. The judge hoped that it would prevent him from driving under the influence ever again. "This could have been an aggravated vehicular homicide," Cicconetti said to WKYC when he handed out the punishment in 2013. "It is a scared straight sentence. And when it comes to preventing future crimes, the figures from Cicconetti's courtroom in Painesville, Ohio speak for themselves." On a typical day, Cicconetti might hear between 30 and 40 cases. Based on the national average, 75% of those sentenced to prison will go on to commit another crime once released. However, just 10% of the people sentenced in Cicconetti's court apparently re-offend. For the judge, the reason that he sees fewer repeat offenders is simple. "When you talk about state prisons and federal prisons, their problems started way back here with my court, with municipal courts, with the minor offenses," he told ABC News. "Most people don't start out with a felony case. It starts small and it gets bigger," Cicconetti added. "So my whole train of thought here is that we have to stop them or prevent them, that conduct, from going further at the beginning stages. They get in jail, they get smarter criminally, and as they get smarter criminally, the offenses become greater." By opting not to send people to prison, it seems that Cicconetti is actually passing the most effective sentence of all. Indeed, his methods give offenders the chance to pick the right path in life, and there's nothing like a sharp shock to make people think twice about misbehaving.